I'd like to introduce my friend, our veteran partner chief, Mr. Bill Arnold.
Thank you very much for inviting us here again today. I was told I have to be brief, and Mr. Carter said I can't be brief. But 2 years ago tomorrow, I met Linda, and she asked us if we could put on a program here. From that, we have visited Northport Elementary School probably about 20 times in the past 2 years. And they have Northport Elementary School donate over $2,700 toward the Purple Heart Memorial. One story that I like to tell, maybe some of you have heard this before, but during one of our programs, 3 little girls came up to me and said, "Can I contribute to the Purple Heart Memorial?" And I said yes. They contributed $7.38. And all of us here believe it was their lunch money. And we just want to thank you so much. I'm going to introduce each one of the veterans here. We're going to say what Veterans Day means to them and a brief history of their military career. Mr. Ray Carter.
Good morning. In 5 more months, I'll be 90, so nobody help me to get up here as we spoke. I'm grateful to be alive. I was asked to keep it short, 3 minutes. That's all I have to say. No. He told me that I could mention some of the medals that I had. I was honored by the French government. I have the French Legion of Honor. They made me a knight. Do you believe that? But they did. I have the Silver Star. I have 2 Purple Hearts, Presidential Unit Citation, the Medal for D-Day. And I was asked to say and tell you what Veterans Day means to me. First, I'm honored to be recognized as a veteran. Tomorrow is Veterans Day. We honor those who gave their lives for this country. Many of those were good friends of ours. I was only 21 years old. I went to Africa. I was with Patton. Went to Italy. I was on D-Day through Germany. And as I said, I'm grateful to be alive. I spent 2 months in the hospital and almost lost my sight. Thank God I can still see. I'm grateful to be here. I'll answer your questions later. Thank you.
The next gentleman is Peter Papalucio.
Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? First, I want to know. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I want to know how you get that rocking chair. How did you get that? And your eyes moving. I went in 1951. It was a short basic training in a place called Camp Chaffee, Arkansas. And they decided to send me and a lot of other guys to a place called Korea. I didn't even know where that was. But we had to go there and fight a war, which was quite a lot to do. But I'm not a big deal person. I just want you to understand what a veteran is. The veteran of the military. There are a lot of veterans of different things. But this is a veteran of the military. Probably tomorrow is one of the most important days of the year. Because we're really honoring those who gave their lives for our freedom. Aside from Memorial Day, probably Veterans Day is a very important day. So I want to, you know, like I said, I'll answer the questions later, and he gave me the hook, right? Do you want me to read this, Brian? I saw this on the computer, and it might tell it all. I presented it to you, but do you want me to read? A veteran is someone at one point in his life wrote a blank check made payable to the United States of America for an amount of up to and including my life. That's what a veteran is.
The next gentleman is Joe Litton.
Good morning. Rather than talk about me, I'd like to talk about you. I was in the Marine Corps, and I came out first lieutenant, and been through some stuff that I'm not supposed to talk about much, but nobody wants peace, brotherhood, and love more than a veteran. You are the reason, we're all brothers and sisters in this, you are the reason we're here. You are our future, you are our life, you are our country. I'm very honored to be able to talk to you. You're a beautiful bunch of young people, and my one wish this day would be that in your lifetime, there be no wars. That's my one wish for you people, that you have the greatest country that God put on this earth, and you can grow up in peace and love each other and just have a great life. God's been good to me. I lost a lot of friends, and I'm really honored to be among you. All right? Thank you for listening.
Mrs. Teddy Peluco.
Yes, good morning, everyone. Good morning. I can't believe you kids. This is just incredible. My heart just goes out. It's just amazing. We are so impressed with all of you always wanting to be here and have this type of interest. It's fantastic. My husband was John Peluco. He was 1st Battalion, 5th Marines. He was a Navy corpsman. Unfortunately, we lost him 3 years ago to Agent Orange. But that was just one of the many things that he had actually been shot 3 times. And the last time he was shot, it was in the hip injury. He lost use of his legs and was actually, after 6 months, able to regain use of them. Became a policeman, just incredible background. He was helping with handicapped children and just had a love for everyone. He would do anything for anyone. His plaque is, we're very honored to have his plaque on the back wall here. It's a nice representation. I did want to say a couple of things, though, really quickly as to what Veterans Day means to me. It definitely is a day of remembering, and it's a remembering and a day to thank all veterans for not being selfish with their lives and believing in our nation's freedom. Whether men or women, we should thank veterans of all wars and the unknowns, the POWs, the veterans living or not, and thank them for their selfless, courageous sacrifices that they and their families have made. The patriotism and the love of our nation so that we can keep our freedom, our liberty, and keep our nation's flag flying high. And to all veterans, past, present, and future, I want to thank from the bottom of my heart. And I thank all of you kids again for being here and having us with you. We really love it and appreciate it.
The next person I'd like to introduce is my wife, Mary Arnold.
Hello, boys and girls. I'm not a veteran, but I married one. And I'd just like to say that I'm so thankful for our veterans. If it weren't for them, we wouldn't have a free nation right now. It's because of their sacrifice that we can live in a free country, that we can worship the way we want to, that we can do what we want to. They have earned these freedoms for us, and it's cost many of them their lives. They went willingly, most of them, to war and fought as their country asked them to do. I was about 4 years old when Pearl Harbor happened, when we were attacked by the Japanese. That brought us into the Second World War. And I went through some things like collecting medals for the war effort, buying little stamps for the war effort, saving them up and buying them. And we had a lot of things. We had to have rations. You couldn't buy gasoline as freely as you wanted to. You had to have a ration card. Sugar was rationed, meat was rationed, everything was rationed. But we all worked with it because we knew that's what we needed to do in order to help our troops in foreign lands. I'm thankful for the veterans, those that are living especially, and those that have died, to give us our freedoms. It's wonderful to live in a free nation. God bless America.
The next person is a Gold Star mother, Mrs. Mary Salerno.
Raising 4 boys, I don't think I need this. I have the loudest voice. Can you hear me? Yes. Okay. First of all, I'm so happy to be here. Personally, I have 2 great-granddaughters. One graduated from Northport last year and now is in high school. And the other one is in the 8th grade. I think you guys are very lucky. It was 80 years ago when I was 10 years old and I was studying history. We didn't have opportunities like this. In my opinion, this is the best history lesson you could have. We didn't have TV or cell phones, and all we did was read. We enjoyed reading, all of us. I can't stress it enough, like Mrs. Cusack does. Read as much as you can. Now, about a Gold Star mother, I'm glad that not everybody can qualify. My eldest son died when he was 20 years old in Vietnam. And after that, my second son wanted to join the Marines before college. We couldn't stop him, but he was safe. He spent his time in the United States. My third son, that's the great-granddaughter that's here, his grandfather, was in the Air Force. The Gold Star mothers, the main object is to honor those that sacrifice their lives for our country and to do all we can for the living veterans. And I am so honored to have been chosen to be an honorary member of the Korean War veterans right here in Port St. Lucie. And coming here and seeing the opportunities that you have, what Mrs. Cusack has done, I know because I hear about it from my great-granddaughters who are in this school. You are very lucky guys. Keep on studying as much as you can, and thank you for having me be here. My left folder has a picture of my Marine son. He would have been 64 had he lived.
Before I tell you what Veterans Day means to me, I'm just going to take a couple of minutes to talk about Mr. Carter and Mr. Papaluso. I told him to just give him two or 3 minutes. Ray, Mr. Carter here, he fought in North Africa against Rommel. He went into Normandy and went all the way through to the end of the war. I don't know if he mentioned it, but he was a tank destroyer commander. He was a sergeant. He was wounded twice and has 2 Purple Hearts. Peter Papaluso, he was in Korea. If you've ever heard of Pork Chop Hill, that's where he fought. He gave me a book to read, On Hallowed Ground. I never realized what that was like. If you wanted to read about Korea and where he fought, that's a book you need to read. I also want to thank Northport Elementary School, Lynn, your principal here, for having us. This means so much to all of us. I'll repeat one story. About 1952, I had a civics teacher named Mr. Archer. He was either a B-17 or a B-24 bomber pilot bombing Germany. That was 1952. I still, to this day, remember those stories. And I hope someday and pray that you children here, parents, teachers, will remember what you have learned from all of us here today. What does Veterans Day mean to me? Veterans Day means to me that I can stand here and talk to you. A lot of military men gave their lives for the freedom that you have today. That you can come to this school. You can worship wherever you want. You have the freedom to vote however you want to vote. I just thank these veterans, and I'm also proud to be a veteran. My military career was I volunteered for the draft 6 months after I was married. I took my basic training at Fort Riley, Kansas. Knew I was going to be in the infantry. But fortunately, I was assigned to the Army Finance Center, and I was stationed stateside the whole time. And again, I want to thank all of you for having us here today. Thank you very much.